Hey everyone, welcome back! Today we're making something spooky cute for Halloween, a frog hat with ear flaps. I'll walk you through the steps and I'll also show you how to adjust the pattern for different sizes, from baby to adult. Materials segment. You'll need worsted weight yarn in green, main color, plus black and white for the eyes, red for the mouth. A crochet hook of size that matches your yarn, stitch markers, scissors, yarn needle. Optional, safety eyes or black buttons. Step 1, starting ring. Make a slip knot. Chain 4. Join with a slip stitch into the first chain to form a small ring. Step 2, round 1, foundation round. Chain 1, counts as first half double crochet. Work 7 more half double crochets HDC into the ring. When you finish this round, join with a slip stitch. Join with a slip stitch to the top of the first HDC. You should now have 8 HDC total. Increase round. Chain 1. We're going to make half double crochet into the spaces between the stitches. Yarn over. Insert the hook between the stitches and work half double crochet. Then 1 more half double crochet into the same spot. Continue this round with 2 half double crochet into each chain space. This is very important to form the pattern. Join with a slip stitch. Start the next round with chain 1. Don't forget to work between the stitches. In this round, alternate half double crochet into the first spot. Two half double crochet into the next space. Then again 1 half double crochet into next space. And 2 HDC into the next. Continue alternating until you reach the end of the round. 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet into next space, 2 half double crochet into next and repeat. Finally, make a slip knot to close this round. Chain 1. Continue increasing into this pattern. In each round, you add one more space half double crochet between the times that you increase 2 HDC into the same spot. In this round, work half double crochet into first 2 stitches and 2 half double crochet into the third. Two half double crochet into the third stitch. One half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then again, 2 half double crochet into each third stitch. Repeat across this round. Don't forget to insert the hook into the space between the stitches from the previous round. Keep the tension even when you're making 2 half double crochet into one space. One half double crochet. One half double crochet into the next one. And 2 into the third one. Repeat. Join with a slip stitch at the end of this round. Chain 1. In this round, repeat the sequence half double crochet in the next 3 stitches, then 2 half double crochet in the next stitch. Let's count together 1 HDC, 2 HDC, 3 half double crochet, and into the 4th, make 2 half double crochet into the same space. Continue this pattern all across this round. Shaping the crown. Continue in this increasing manner, always adding one more single HDC between increases each round, until the crown diameter matches the baby's head size, usually about 12-13 cm for newborns. Follow the dimensions shown on this table for other sizes. Once you've reached the correct size of the diameter of the crown, stop increasing. Tip: the diameter you stop at is usually head circumference divided by 3/14. Working the body of the hat. Now that the crown is finished and it measures the right size, we can stop increasing and move on to the body of the hat. Chain 1 to begin. Work 1/2 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. Repeat this same step for several rounds until your hat is the length you want. For a baby size, that's usually about 12 to 14 centimeters from the crown down to the edge. If you're making a toddler, child, or even adult size, just keep working extra rounds until the hat reaches the right length for that age. When you reach the end of the round, join with a slip stitch at the top of the first stitch. Once the body is the length you want, fasten off the end and we'll move to the earpieces. Now let's add the ear flaps to keep it cozy. Fold the hat flat with the seam in the back. Mark where you want the ear flaps, one on each side, just above the corners. Row 1, join yarn, chain 1, work about 10 half double crochets. For babies do 6, 7, for child 8 to 9, for adult 10, 12. Row 2, turn, work a single crochet into the first chain space, then half double crochet across, leaving the last stitch unworked. smooth decrease work single crochet into the last stitch and turn. Repeat the row, starting and finishing with single crochet. Don't forget to make the stitches between the half double crochet from previous rows, so we keep the same pattern. Single crochet into the last. Continue the next row decreasing the stitches as we did. And this will be the last round. Fasten off. Repeat on the other side. At the end, work a row of single crochet into white to have the ending that is designed. Work the same way, insert the hook between the stitches from previous row. Optional, add braided ties by pulling 3 long yarn strands through the tip of each flap and braiding. Now for the froggy eyes. Start with a black work chain of 4. Join in a circle. Chain 1. Now work 7 half double crochet into the middle of this circle. Join with a slip stitch. Before finishing the slip stitch, change the color to white. Chain 1. Make 2 half double crochet into each space between the stitches. Join with a slip stitch at the end of this round and change the color in green. The third round, that is the green one, we start with single crochet and alternating half double crochet into the first space and 2 half double crochet into the second space. I didn't make nice videos of those steps. Please leave a comment if you need help. Sew the eyes on top using yarn needle. Make sure it is symmetrical with the ear flaps. Optional, make a mouth, add a small pumpkin applique, crochet a spider web across the ear flap, or stripe the brim in candy corn colors. And there you have it, your Halloween frog hat with ear flaps, sized for anyone from baby frogs to grown-up toads. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your crochet friends. Happy Halloween and happy crocheting!